Well, we had the first press conference, pre-match press conference of the Oliver Glasner era, and I have to say he talks a good press conference. He was obviously bombarded with lots of questions about his style of play, about him, what people can expect from him, about the team, about what he thought about the team, what he thought about the club, and he was asked about injuries, which I will get to as well. A couple of things that struck me was that he said that he wouldn't be there if he thought Crystal Palace were going to be relegated. He thinks that he's convinced that we've got the quality in the team. He's convinced that we've got the quality in the support, and he's convinced that he's got the quality in the boardroom to get Crystal Palace into a better league position, certainly this season, and then in the summer work on it from there. So I think that as I said in my previous video, I don't think he's going to come here if he was going to have a damage to his reputation. He obviously believes what the club can do. He obviously believes what the squad can do. And he didn't go as far as to say, because the question was asked about whether he was going to get any support in the transfer market over the summer. And he didn't go as far as to say yes or no. He just said that that's something that they're going to have to discuss in the future. I think that's fair enough, because you don't know who's going to come and who's going to go, well, especially who's going to go in the summer. And I'm sure that maybe a few of those who were going to go may not go if they see that he's come in and he's got this new way of playing, and and giving team confidence and playing in an exciting way to score goals. So it could be that we don't lose certain players who we may well have lost if Roy had still been there. And Roy, obviously, it's really a shame what happened to Roy, but it could be a good thing that Oliver Glasner has come in now, because the players get to see him in advance. If you had someone like Gahey or Elise, he came in if it had come in during the summer, Elise and Gahey may have already been out the door, or may well be well out the door. But the fact that he's coming now, they're going to get an early chance to see what he's like, and it may convince them to stick around a little bit longer, which would be good. If not, then I think Dougie Freedman is quite a good picker of players, and I think with Oliver Glasner's ideas of what he might want in the team, might be able to get a few good bargains in over the summer. And if we do have to sell players, then obviously that can be used as funding for the first team. And as I said before, Textor apparently is a big fan of Glasner, and so I think that he may well be in a position to put money into the club in the summer. If he feels that Oliver Glasner wants these particular players, he may well want to dip his hand in his pocket and say, well, okay, I'll fund it, which is going to be good news for us. He said that he's not it's not necessarily going to be a huge change in tactics in the game against Burnley. He said the players aren't going to suddenly get bigger or everything like that, but he said the main thing is he wants to improve the confidence within the squad. He said that we played good for 60 minutes against Everton, but then he said we were sitting back and back and back, inviting the pressure on. It was inevitable that we were going to concede a goal, and that's what he doesn't want. He wants us to be a bit more going forward. He wants to give us more confidence as a team. All the good things that you should be giving. And I think that if with him coming in with a bit of new manager bounce, we might well be able to go on a little bit of a run. That's what I'm hoping, fingers crossed, because I think he certainly has the capabilities of making this team good. In terms of the injury situation, he said that it's going to be the same team that he had, or that Ray and Paddy McCarthy had for the Everton game. It's going to be the same team for that. None of the players who are out are fit enough to come back for the game against Burnley. He said that Eze is trained with them for the last 2 training sessions. He's hoping that he'll train with them next week, and after that, if he's ready, he will may play in the game after that. But he did say maybe. He didn't say that it was going to happen. Apparently Will Hughes is another player who should be back soon as well. But in terms of Mark Gahey and Elise, he did say that they're not going to be available certainly for this game. But he didn't put a timescale on it, shall we say. So I think he's probably waiting for the official assessment from the medical team to see what happens about that. But I think that you know, we showed against Everton that we can play good football, even with the team that we've got at the moment. And we don't know what he's going to put in. We don't know who's going to play and who isn't. So he's, you know, he's had the group of players for a couple of days. He's probably got an idea of what's going to happen. He said he's been watching Crystal Palace games before he took over, so he knows who would necessarily be a good fit for his style and who wouldn't be, should we say. So you can judge by that he's done his homework and he knows what's going to happen. He says he's been looking at videos as well of other teams in the Premier League. So I think he's a guy who likes to be organised, likes to know his opposition. So I think we're going to be one of those teams, hopefully going forward, that he will adapt to the strengths and weaknesses of the opposition, which will be a good thing for us as well. And that was the kind of the meat and potatoes of the interview. The rest of it was or the press conference, shall we say. The rest of it was just, you know, them asking him about what, you know, his style of play, what he can be expected to be like on the touchline, and where he said that he likes to, you know, he likes to play it cool, but sometimes his emotions get on top of him. There are a couple of people who've likened him to Jurgen Klopp in many ways, not just in his personality and how he reacts on the touchline, but also in the style of play that he has or that he likes. There was you know, he said in interviews he likes to score goals. He likes the teams to score goals and be able to create goals. And it was asked, you know, do you have goal scoring? Do you think that the team has goal scorers in it? And he said that he thinks that it's about how the game is, you know, how the game runs, basically. It's about creating chances for players so that they can score goals. And I think that's one of the things that we have had problems with in the past. I'm sure they're going to be working on set pieces. I'm sure they're going to be working on providing chances for Edouard or Mateta or whoever it is that goes up front. I'm sure that he's going to be working on trying to get them as many opportunities as possible, because, you know, if you're only going to get 2 or 3 opportunities in a game, there's less chance you're going to put one of them away. So I think he's looking to create as many chances as possible so that law of average says we're going to score a couple of them. So that's what I'm looking for anyway. So hopefully it's looking pretty good for us. Now, in terms of a prediction, I think we're going to get a little bit of new manager bounce. And I also think that his arrival is going to give the team a bit of confidence. Burnley are going to be a fight, you know, and yeah, they're in a bad position, but they're going to fight. But so I'm not expecting us to run away with a goal route, but I think we're going to win the game. I think we're going to be a bit more solid at the back. I think he'll work on that. So I'm thinking maybe 1 or 2-0. But that's the optimist in me, shall we say. I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. But let me know down in the comment section what you think, whether you think that it's going to have an immediate effect in the Burnley game. Do you think that we're going to win the game or lose it? Let me know your score predictions as always. And don't forget to subscribe for more Crystal Palace news in the future.